Namaste and welcome. It is Rishi here from meditatewithrishi.com, and in today's video I'm going to share with you how to stick to your New Year's resolutions. I want to share with you a really cool secret from the science of yoga. Okay, so this will change everything. In fact, over the past 3 or 4 years, I have used this principle to quit my addiction to drugs, to alcohol, to smoking, to consistently wake up at 4 a.m. and meditate. Okay, so this is something that works. It is one of the niyams in yoga. It is one of the 10 initial rules of any yogi, okay, on the path of yoga. So what is it? What is this principle that will help you achieve and stick to your New Year's resolutions? Before we get into that, just a couple of announcements, okay? If you are new to this channel, I have got a gift for you. So for my coaching clients, I have created something really cool called a peace cheat sheet called the 11 yogic rules for daily peace, okay? So these are just instant things that you can do every single day to increase the amount of peace you feel through the day. You can get it at meditatewithrishi.com/cheat sheet. I will link it in the description box below. And the other thing is that for one-to-one coaching with me on the Path to Stillness program, there are limited slots available for a free consultation with me. So if you want to do that, you can book it at meditatewithrishi.com. Okay? All right. So what is this thing that is going to help you to stick to your New Year's resolution? Okay? So here we are. Are you ready? It is to be kind to yourself. To be kind to yourself in that which you are undertaking, in the goal on which you are moving toward. Okay? So allow me to explain. In yoga, there is a concept called tapas. Okay? Tap means to burn. It is the fire. It means fire, the fire of discipline, the fire of your dedication towards something, the fire of your penance, essentially. So on the spiritual path, obviously, you need to be extremely disciplined. And slowly but surely, you need to, strip away negative qualities. It happens naturally, right? So the idea here, right, is that we must have, the fire of discipline. We must have the fire of dedication. We must go for it in something, in anything that we're going toward. But the trick, right, the trick is that it's realizing that when you turn up the heat too high, it leads to burnout. It leads to burnout, okay? So the trick is to be kind to yourself and to approach anything that you want to take in a very comfortable way. You should have discipline, but it should be comfortable, okay? So it's striking the balance between, it should be challenging for you, definitely, right? That's what makes it fun. But at the same time, it shouldn't be so challenging that it's all you think about. You get what I'm saying? So let's take an example, okay? I'm going to use the example of food because food is something that all of us, we want to get better at, okay? So with food, let's say, hypothetically speaking, let's say that you are, your diet right now is really, really bad. You're eating everything from sugar to fried food to, everything. And you've just come out of this Christmas period where you have indulged in alcohol, you've indulged in excess food, everything. So you're at a point right now where you feel like, I don't want to do this anymore, right? I want to just get back on track, and sort my diet out. So the mistake people make at a time like this is that they'll say, okay, from tomorrow, I'm not eating anything. Like I'm going on a serious diet. I'm not having sugar. I'm not having fried food. I'm not having this. I'm not having that. And I'm going to be serious, yes, new year, new me, all these things. And I mean, the motivation is great, but what ends up happening is, you have been so harsh to your body. Your body, it's been used to just getting everything that it wants, right? For the past few weeks or whatever. And all of a sudden, you're saying no. So the body is going to revolt. It is going to revolt. That means that when you're going to be constantly thinking about, I wish I could have that, I wish I could have that, and just struggling, you'll be suffering. You've created a lot of suffering for you. And you know what? Because it's January, you get on the momentum of January. You may even last till the end of January. But the moment February comes, there's a very high chance that you will fall back into your old habits, right? And this is, same story, different year. This is what always happens for most of our New Year's resolutions. We start off really strong. We use our willpower to get through it, to kind of like just burn through it. And then eventually we burn out. Eventually we burn out, right? And we go back to our old habits. So that is not the right way to do it. The right way to do it is to actually be kind to yourself and start slow. So let's look at another example, okay, of changing your diet. So let's say that you've come out of this Christmas period, overindulged, and you're at this place where you want to make a change, okay? And you can still have a big goal. You can still have a big goal. You can say that I am going to cut out, all sugar, fried food, just alcohol, everything from my diet that I don't want. But I'm going to be kind to myself. So I'm not going to do it all in one go, okay? I'm going to do it slowly. So just walk with me on this. Let's say you say that in month 1, all I'm going to do is I'm going to cut out fried food. Okay, so I can still eat sugar, I can still eat chocolates, I can still, have other things. So in one way, you can still indulge a bit. Okay, but in another way, you're training your mind to say no to something. The mind that has got all its instant gratification, you are slowly introducing it to the idea of saying no to something. That, oh yeah, I can have a chocolate, but I can't have the crisps. Right? You start like that. And you'll be able to do it because every time you feel a craving, you can still go back to something else. Right? You're still being kind to yourself. Then you come into month 2 and you say, okay, I've done well with the fried food. So this month I'm cutting out, let's say, processed food or sugar, okay? And because now you have slowly built up the willpower, the ability to say no, you have the confidence. You know that if you say that you're not going to eat fried food, you won't do it. And this way, in month 2, you now cut out the fried food as well, okay? Now, slowly you're building up momentum. You just do this for a whole month, right? So now maybe you're at a place where you are eating healthy food, but you're eating a lot of it. You're just eating a lot of it. Or maybe you're eating a lot of carbs. And in month 3, you come and say, okay, this month I'm just going to introduce more veggies into my diet. And you focus on that. You focus on bringing more veggies in. So now you're not having fried food, you're not having sugar, and you're eating a lot more vegetables. And when your momentum is at its peak in month 4, you come in and you say that, okay, I am going to now focus on my portion control. So I'm already eating the right stuff. I'm eating tons of vegetables. I'm eating healthy food. Now I'm going to work on my gluttony. I'm going to try and eat in moderation. And this will be much easier to do because you already have that momentum of 3 months of slowly but surely, increasing your ability to say no and just changing your identity. So what you're doing here is you are doing a very slow but sure shift in identity. So at the end of month 4, you go from I can't to I don't, right? The other people, right, the ones who on 1st of Jan, they're like, I'm cutting everything out. And then, when someone offers them something, they say, oh no, I can't eat that, I can't eat that. I can't means I want to, I want to, but I can't because I've restricted myself. But if you do it the other way, by month 4, you have become a new person. There you're not saying I can't, you're saying I don't. This is something I do not do. This is a new identity. So in just 4 months, you have completely changed your identity. You have actually hit your year's goal. Your New Year's resolution was to become a clean eater. And you've done that in 4 months by taking the slow approach. Because when you take the quick approach, what happens is Jan is great, then Feb, you just gorge. And then in March, again, you try and be good again. But then in April, you come and gorge again. So at the end of the 4 months, you are back to square one. You're back to square one. Do you see the difference in the two approaches? In one, we're like, no, I'm just doing this, and I'm gonna do it all at once, and then that fire kind of it burns out, and then you fail. But if you do it slow and steady wins the race. This is, wisdom of the ages. Slow and steady wins the race. And I'm telling you this because, I tried both when I was trying to quit my addiction to drugs and alcohol, and that was addiction. That was serious. And eventually, the way it happened, it did happen slowly but surely. And slowly but surely, but it happened in a permanent way. In a permanent way. Now it's been over 2 years, since I've done anything. And this is the thing, it's permanent. Your identity shifted. You are a new person completely. By doing what? How did you become a new person? Just that very simple thing. By being kind to yourself. By being kind to yourself. It is so amazing what can happen when you are kind to your body and you say, okay, body, we've brought ourselves here, but we want to change. Let's change slowly. I'll work with you, you work with me. Right? And magic happens. Magic happens. So if you take anything from this video is for your New Year's resolution, set a big goal. By all means, set a big goal. But go for it slowly. Go for it with love and kindness. Be kind to your body, and it will, in return, be kind to you. Okay? So that is it for today. I really hope that was helpful. Thank you for listening. Namaste.